Hello and welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Charlotte. This is Linda Nook, and this is episode 2 of Christmas Knits. It's only been, well, I finished episode 1, the knit, yesterday, and I just really enjoyed it. Having a stockinette knit and such a small object, and that I can stash bust as well, I really liked it. So I've started on number 2. This is one size up from the last one, and I am using this yarn. It is caked up because it is from the stash. I have one plus, I don't know, it's not a complete ball, but almost. It's enough for one hat at least. I used 75 grams total for the small adult version, and I haven't measured this cake yet, but I'm pretty sure it is more than 25 grams. Yeah, probably like 40 grams. So I am crossing my fingers that it is enough for the next. Let's actually check that. Yeah, it should be enough. I'm not using a recommended yarn because I'm stash busting, but I use 75 grams of the Highland wool. I am thinking for one size up I may use, I don't know, maybe 90 grams. I don't know, probably. I'm crossing my fingers. If not, I will have to figure something out. I do have some more yarn that will be ish the same, but I'll see that if I can do like the fold and then have some yarn left after the fold. This should be enough for this size. But about the yarn, it is Sandnes Garn, Tove. It is 100% Norwegian wool. It is 50 grams and 160 meters. Yeah, it'll hold. The Highland wool was 130 meters per 50 grams. It'll be enough. The recommended needles for these are 3.5. I'm using 3 millimeter. And the gauge for the yarn should be like 24 per 10 centimeters. I have not checked my gauge. I will check the gauge when I have, I don't know, 20 centimeters. But these two are the only balls of yarn that I have of this color. And I am really glad about that because then I get to use it. I get to use it up. But yeah, I don't have that much to show on the hat. I have like 1 centimeter. And this is like this is wool. It's not a really soft wool, so it's not lamb. It's just wool. And if you are sensitive, it will scratch. It is scratchy. Absolutely scratchy. So I don't know who this will be for yet. Maybe one of my bosses. I don't know his head size. And I don't really know how much this yarn will grow. I originally used this yarn for the Icelander sweater. I'll pop a picture. So I originally used this for that, and then I had a lot of yarn left over, so I made a kid, like a baby version of that. Still have I still have a ball, almost 2 balls of the dark one, and I have 3, almost 4. Do I have one up there? Maybe. Yeah, I have 3, and then a little bit more of the lighter color on that. But we'll see how much this will go, and I will use the lighter color for a beanie as well. I don't know which size yet. I can do like a baby. It's scratchy yarn. I don't want to use the scratchy yarn for baby. I'll figure it out. This one first. quick little update. It is folded. I didn't find out, my friend that works at the yarn shop told me that this yarn is no longer being produced. But he also told me about this website where you can just, I haven't really looked at it properly yet, but you type in the kind of yarn that you have that is no longer being produced, and they will give you other alternatives that matches. So in my case, the easiest yarn for me to substitute this with, if I were to want to knit more of this kind of yarn, it will be the Hillesvåg Ullvarefabrikk Ask. I will link the website below. Also, the yarn substitute. If you want to knit this, the Oslo hat in this kind of yarn, this kind of, wool, raw wool, with this variegation, like, it is scratchy. It is 100% Norwegian wool, and it is scratchy, but you will not get cold with this on. I do believe that I will finish this hat tonight, because I have folded it. Now I just have to knit until the decreases, and when the decreases comes, it's basically finished. I mean, it takes no time at all. So I think I want to watch a movie. I'll just pop on a movie or a series and just knit. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I have figured out who this hat is for. Now I have a list. I have a short little list about of who I want to knit the hats for. And the first one was for me, because I wanted a hat for myself. And so that I can just try out the yarn, and if I had any things that I wanted to experiment with the pattern, I could do that on my own hat, not with the gifts. So now I know what I want to do to make sure that it will stay like a beanie, with like a hat with a fold on it. I just have to like pick up from inside of here, somewhere on top, and just hook it. And it doesn't look bad. I can see it, obviously. It does irritate me a little bit, but I don't care. I don't know if I want to do 8 though, or if I'll just stick with 4, or if I'll even do any, or if I'll just knit it as is and then come back once it's finished and just attach it. Maybe that. I don't know. I will block it. So maybe I'll block it and then fold it so that I will block or dry quicker, because if I fold it, then block it, there will be 6 layers of wool here on the block. And that takes some time to dry. My own hat needed like 2 days, including the nights, to dry. And that was just way too long. So for the gifts ones, I will probably not fold it, block it, and then fold it after it's dry. So yeah, I don't know what yarn. I'm thinking about the next hat already. I don't know if I want to do like a color. Maybe I want to do the Stark. Or maybe I want to do the Røma Finull. Or maybe I have something here that I want to use. Maybe I want to do like the football team one. I don't really know. Maybe I want to do the white version of this. But I kind of want to get the like the work ones first. I know which yarn I'm going to use for my boyfriend's hat. And because I know which yarn I'm going to use for him, I know what yarn I'm going to use for my new friend's hat, because obviously I'm going to knit him a hat as well. I'm going to turn now, I think. One more. Yeah, that's how far I've gotten. I am doing one more round, and then I'm going to turn. And then I'm just going to knit until I'm falling asleep. I've not slept good this night, so maybe I'll edit a little bit. Yeah, I'll edit a little bit. I finally connected the second ball. I'm so happy that I could do like a good center pull. So now I've used one entire ball and 160 meters. One ball was enough to do, I mean, this entire thing is double, so it's like this long and then folded, and it's almost time for decreases. I may knit it a tiny bit longer before I start decreases, simply because my own hat, I am risking a little bit on doing that though, but my own hat is a little bit short, so I'm debating if I am willing to risk knitting this longer than the pattern calls for, because it is a different yarn. It may be longer with the original by following the pattern. We'll see. It's Sunday, and another hat is completed. This is not blocked. I just finished it. It is size medium. This, as well as the first one, it feels tight, like around this, the brim, but just with a wash it'll expand. I realized something about the pattern. I did the first hat wrong. Not very wrong, not super wrong at all. I just read it wrong, and it's not a problem. That's why the first one was for me. But this is the second one, and I feel like I think that this fits just way better. This is exactly the reason why I wanted to make the first one for myself, so that I have a trial. But this is it. It has a little bit on top. It's easier to drag down. Mine did not have that. And this is warm. I feel it already. God. Again, this yarn, this right here, is discontinued. Sadly, it's a very good yarn, but I'll link down below the website that you can use to find alternatives. I did use it with my friend, or my friend used it for me, and he figured out that Hillesvåg Ullvarefabrik yarn has a yarn, it's called Ask, which is like a 95% match from this. So if you're interested in that, I link that one below as well as the website. I am very happy with this. Again, I haven't blocked it yet, but I will do that. I will block it unfolded because waiting for 6 layers of yarn to be dry took way too long, and now it is autumn. It has been raining for a week straight or something like that, and not just a little dribble, it is pouring. So there's that. I have to block them inside because unless they won't get dry, they'll just get wetter. But yeah, I will cast on the next hat right away as soon as I figure out what color I want it to be. I do have a theory. I have a thought. Doesn't have to be to anyone, but I'd like to have those hats done first. Maybe I'll make the white version of this, but who's that gonna be for? No, I don't know. I have to see. I still have some of this. It's not much, but it's not enough for a hat. It's just a little bit of extra yarn. I'll just put it right back where I had it. It looks very nice, like with the belly band around it. But okay, that was it for this second episode of Christmas Knits. And I hope to see you in the next episode.